All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. Whoa, long time no talk. It's been a couple days, fellas, and usually I don't go this long without uploading a video. I actually wasn't even going to record or upload a video today, but I was like, you know what? I got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and make something happen, man. Been super busy with work these past couple days. Definitely not complaining. It's gonna be like this legitimately for the rest of the year. So if I do go a couple of days without uploading, like 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 days, I'm gonna try not to go longer than 3 days without uploading. Just know things are getting done. This happens every year, Q4. Again, not complaining, but just giving you guys the heads up, because this past year, you know, I pushed myself to make sure that I uploaded a lot more. And obviously going from videos every single day to, you know, maybe 3 a week, could be even 2 depending on the load, is definitely pretty different. So want to go ahead and give you guys the heads up on that, because I know some people probably be like, yo, where are the videos at? Trust me, they coming, but you know what I'm saying, Q4 workload is high, which is good. And well, you gotta get the mods for the Shelby GT350 and the S650, or potentially a Corvette. So we gotta put that work in. But this video, I want to go ahead and just kind of do a POV drive and talk. I haven't really done like this style. Usually I have it toward the face. Let me know down in the comment section what style you guys like, where it's like this style POV or like toward the face POV. I have an idea on what you guys like to watch, but again, just let me know, man. We're gonna be talking about whether or not you should keep your Shelby GT350 100% stock, be a purist, or go ahead and modify it like I have. Some people would say that I completely ruined a perfectly good track car, which in my personal defense, I'm gonna say no. But if I lived in like a different area, I could kind of understand how people could say that. But I want to go ahead and kind of visit both sides of the story, because when I first bought my Shelby GT350, I kept it stock for a month. Now again, it wasn't gonna be stock for as long as it was. I was just waiting on my long tube headers to come in. But this is 100% still, in my personal opinion, the only Mustang that I could see myself in stock form longer than a year. Now the S650, it's not stock. Technically it's stock, but that's a daily driver. But as far as a car that I'm buying to purposely modify, because I bought the S650 to daily drive. You can go fact check me on that. When I bought that car, when I made the 3 videos leading up to me picking it up, I bought it to be a daily driver that I was going to modify gradually. But this car, I bought this car to literally to perform. So the fact that this is probably the only Mustang that I can see myself in stock says a lot. Now, do I think these cars have enough horsepower stock? That's another story. But again, maybe if I lived in a different area, I would go ahead and have a different opinion on that. But a lot of people, because I see this on the Facebook page all the time, the Shelby GT350 Facebook page. If you're not in the Facebook pages, just join them. Even if you don't like Facebook, I'm not even a huge Facebook person. I just join those pages just to see the banter and the beef that goes down. Same thing with the draggy pages, and also because some people do follow my my Facebook page just to go ahead and see the progress of the cars, especially the new edges. A lot of people were interested on that, and this car too, because it's literally just a basic setup. But join those pages for the banter, for the beef. But I see a lot of people in the Shelby GT350 pages, whenever somebody goes ahead and asks, hey, you know, should I put long tube headers on my car? Should I tune my car? Should I supercharge my car? Should I turbo my car? There's always a huge influx of people, typically older, which honestly it makes sense because the type of car, you know, this is. that say leave it stock, don't touch it, don't do anything, it's perfect from factory. Why would you go ahead and mess with perfection from factory? And you know, I can understand, you know, that argument, especially, you know, if you're older and you've had, you know, quite a few cars. Because think of it this way, if you're above the age of 35, you know, you grew up in the age when Ford literally was making 200 horsepower cars, like V8 cars. So the fact that they have 500 horsepower from the factory now, that will literally embarrass a built Ford from like the early 2000s. I mean, that's insane. So I can 100% understand why people say, you know, these cars are perfect from factory, leave them stock, because this car in stock form was literally faster than my old 2004 Mustang GT, which had a supercharger on it, 15 to 17 pounds of boost in boost weather, which is kind of insane when you think about it. And this car weighs literally like 600 pounds heavier than that car did at that time, which is nuts. So I can really understand how people say, you know, these cars are perfect from factory, you don't need to mess with them. But in my defense, look, for those of us who buy cars and don't necessarily look at the resale value to full extent, you buy them to enjoy, this car, 110%, I would not go back stock. Like if somebody said, hey man, if you were to get another Shelby GT350 or be gifted another Shelby GT350 or an R, I would legitimately have to boost it like immediately. I don't think I would actually take delivery until I had modification. Well, actually I'm lying, I would, but you guys get the point. I would have to modify it immediately because I'm used to it now. Like, I've literally ruined myself with this Shelby GT350 as well as my old 1999 Mustang GT, which had a 5.4 liter 2-valve swap in it. That car made 600 horsepower, this car made 700 horsepower. If my cars are not running a certain time, 60 to 130, again, I don't draggy race, but I use it as a benchmark to kind of go ahead and see exactly where other cars are at. You guys know, you guys have seen on the channel, I am no stranger to pulling up and seeing what the car can do, but it needs to run a certain number just so things are interesting for me. And these cars are nowhere near that stock. When you go ahead and boost them, just basic setup, boost 8 pounds of, you know, a boost on 93 octane full weight, it won't run better than those times that I need it to run. But if a car ain't running what I need it to run, I'm really not that interested in it if I'm going to modify it, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. And I can fully understand why people say, you know, leave these cars stock, because the Shelby GT350, especially if you get a Gen 1, you guys have seen on the channel, they are finicky. There's some things that you have to look out that you don't necessarily have to do on the Gen 2s. And even with the Gen 2s, you still have to go ahead and monitor, you know, certain things like the oil and whatnot. And you know, these cars are they're maintenance oriented. I will say that these cars, if you're not somebody that wants to keep up with maintenance, if you're not somebody that wants to check your car like every couple of days, you know, just to make sure that it's running, this isn't a car that you could just jump in and drive. You know what I'm saying? Technically you can, but like what I really mean by that is this isn't a car that you can literally just buy it, jump in it, drive it, and never check on it, you know, until the next oil change interval. This is not the car for you, and I think I've made that very, very clear on this channel. Again, that doesn't take anything away from the Shelby GT350, because it is an absolute experience getting behind the wheel and driving it. It was like that stock, it's like that boosted. I mean, I like this car so much, I'm just literally cruising right now. This car makes 700 wheel and I'm not even getting on it because I'm just enjoying the drive. I like driving this car, and this is literally like one of the only cars that I could do that with, that I've had, and that's why I love it. And also that's why I would say that if you're looking for that extra punch, if you're looking, you know, to go ahead and have the car be faster, I would go ahead and modify it. You know, I wouldn't keep it stock. I wouldn't go back to a stock one, I'll tell you that right now, but I don't think anybody really would. The only car that I'd probably go back to like a more basic stock form would have been the older vehicles, because that's something that I've kind of learned over time. With older vehicles, it's best to keep the setup incredibly basic. Don't chase numbers, don't chase times. just have the car just work. Because that's kind of like when I messed up, when I really messed up. I had to fix up on the 99, and it just gets kind of taxing, it gets annoying, it takes the fun out of the car, and obviously you don't want that to happen. So with older cars, yeah, you know what I'm saying, just keep them at a benchmark, 500 horsepower, 600 max, enjoy them. With these cars, I will tell you guys this right now, do I think 500 horsepower is enough in a Shelby GT350? Here in Texas, here in Houston, absolutely not. Do I think 700 horsepower is enough? Yeah, 700 horsepower is perfect. It's perfect. Am I gonna turn it up? Obviously, but let's say this car, it was capped. I could not turn it up more than 700 wheel. I'd be chilling. I'd be chilling. I definitely would be chilling. This is definitely a vehicle that it's an absolute experience, and I think that it would be the case with any power adder, Pro Charger, a Vortec head unit, ESS head unit, Whipple, twin turbo. I mean, you'd be happy with pretty much whatever power adder you added to the car, and honestly bolt-ons as well. Bolt-on modifications, these cars aren't bad whatsoever. I mean, headers in the 85, you can beat a Hellcat that's stock. It's not bad at all. These cars they're very, very special, and I 100% understand what people say, don't touch them. And obviously I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I understand what people say, modify them and enjoy them, because again, I mean, these cars are built to be driven, they're built to be enjoyed, and they are an absolute riot when you go ahead and put some power, you know, down to the wheels. Now on the flip side, there are some things that I would absolutely never do to a Shelby GT350. I say it now, but you know, come back to this video in a year, it'll probably be on the car. Or maybe even less than that, to be honest with you. I wouldn't change the brakes on this car. I mean, I feel like if I changed the brakes, if I went ahead and got rid of the big Brembo brakes, it'd be, you know, going down a slippery slope. Then I go ahead and change the drag pack again, put the car in 17s, maybe even 15s in the back, 17 in the front, or 15s all the way around. There's a lot of things I'd probably end up doing just because, you know, I'd have the ability to do it after changing the brakes. I'm not gonna go ahead and gut this car, do any of that. I mean, this car still has, you know, everything inside of it. I just had like a, you know, a custom rear seat delete, but the rear seats on these cars don't weigh anything. They're like 5 pounds. I don't even think they weigh 5 pounds. They're probably like literally less than 5 pounds. It's just some cheap cloth. But it's really, it's a slippery slope with these cars, man. These cars were built to handle, they're built to hit the track, which I understand. I feel like a lot of people, you know, they get kind of wrapped up, you know, just because a car is built for one thing doesn't mean you can't do something else with it. Because I mean, I live in Texas, bro. Where am I gonna go ahead and hit the twisties? Where am I gonna go toge race at? You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna take this car to the track every single week? No. So it's just kind of ironic when people say that stuff. Like, people will live literally in the middle of nowhere, or live like in states like Texas where it's just highway, straight line, stuff like that, and then they'll buy cars like this, and then they'll preach, leave it stock, it's not built for that, go buy a GT500. You know, I never really understood that, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're living in an era where like you can legitimately hit the twisties every single day you take it out for free, it's just, that's a dumb argument. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like having a hot girlfriend and literally just having her in the house doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not marrying her and just saving her for the next guy. What is the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know. I never understood that. That's exactly why when I buy cars, I buy them for specific reasons. I'm buying them to enjoy, or I'm buying them to daily drive. And that's kind of why the S650 is the way it is, because that is my daily driver right now. I'm probably gonna try to go ahead and get a like $1,000 Honda or something like that within the next couple of months before I start modifying that car, because once I start modifying the S650, it's a wrap. That car is no longer gonna be a daily driver if I decide to modify that car. There's another vehicle that I'm kind of looking at right now, but again, that will be later on down the line. I still want to go ahead and experience the S650, and if I don't like it, obviously, you know, we're jumping ship. But when I do go ahead and modify that car, I still want to have a different daily driver. And to be honest with you, if I do jump ship, I'm not going to say what vehicle I'm going to get because you guys don't know. It's going to be a surprise. Obviously, that vehicle I'm going to buy is not going to be a daily driver as well. So I'm going to need like $1,000 Honda, something that I don't care about at all. If it gets rear-ended, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Leave it at the junkyard, go get another one. But that's something that I'm just, I'm working towards right now. Give me a little bit more time, y'all. Give me a little bit more time. But that's just kind of my spiel on that. I know some people are very, very adamant on leaving these cars stock, because whenever I pull this car up to like a Cars and Coffee, you can tell. Like if you've ever been to like a local Cars and Coffee or like a car group with like, you know, Shelby owners and stuff like that, it's only the GT500s that are stock. Or I should say that are modified, excuse me. The Shelby GT350s are stock. And whoever has a modified Shelby GT350 is always a younger guy. Or somebody that owns a shop. It's just one of those two, you know what I'm saying? For the most part. All right, we're back at the casa. Let me know down in the comment section right now, did I ruin a perfectly good Shelby GT350? And are these cars better in stock form? And as always, if you guys enjoyed, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Deuces! Stay safe out there, y'all.